All right. Happy Sunday, you all. This is Sarah Espinoza, the Calipreneur. And I'm so excited this morning because I get to interview Seb Brantigan. Okay. So I'm the Calipreneur. I'm going to interview the Britpreneur. How awesome is that? You guys, let me get him on here now. And you guys can meet Seb. All right, so the invitation is sent. Hopefully you can see that, Seb. You guys, Seb has done some really awesome things lately. And can you get on here, Seb? Okay, good. So, we're in the same marketing group. And lately he just posted some great results that he's getting. And so I just had to track him down. I had to stalk him a little bit, right? And find out exactly what he's doing. And so as I'm stalking him, I found out some really cool things about him. Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Seb, if you're on here, it says that I have already invited you. Guest request sent. Okay. So if you can see this and I tagged you, then you can go ahead and add yourself, right? Okay, Seb, I can see that you're watching, and it says I sent you a request already, so let's see. There we go. All right, cool. Come on in. Hi, Diana. Nice to see you. Good afternoon to you, my friend. I love these technical things, right? But once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. There you go, Seth. I proved you, buddy. Try sending again. Okay, it says adding. There you go.
It's done it. Awesome. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for taking the time to come on today.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's great being here. Really appreciate it. So thanks for having me on. I absolutely love seeing what you're doing online. I know you're posting a ton of content. So yeah, it's always great to hang around with people doing the right things who are going to get the right results. And so that's cool. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Really excited to be here.
That's great. And I was stalking you, as I told you earlier, and I saw that you rubbing shoulders with some of the greats like Diane Hockman and of course Darren Little. I mean, I've seen that you're on stage, so you're not a newbie to this at all. You've got a lot of great experience. It says here that you one of the 67 top experts in WordPress CE or SEO. Can you tell me a little bit about your background? So you're a WordPress guy. You got a lot of content on your Facebook page. You're on stage. So how did you get there?
Yeah, cool. So I see there's a few comments as well, so I will get to those a little bit later. So yeah, I mean, I basically started in the online marketing world, I think back in like 2009, so almost 10 years ago. And I started when I was really young. I was like 15 or 16, still in school. And, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that really
It's stuck.
to do something like that. So I went online and I tried to find different ways to make money. I really didn't know where to start, who to follow. And so I really did what I think a lot of people do is just you end up buying loads of different courses. You go to a lot of different events, seminars, and you go on webinars, you buy lots of different products, you buy into product launches, and all of that stuff is worth doing. But at the time, I really was just so distracted. I was going in all kinds of different directions. And so, for the first like 5 or 6 years of my online marketing career, I was doing it part-time. I was working a, full-time government job, which wasn't really that fulfilling. It really didn't push me. It was the same old every single day, go and, get in at 9 o'clock, have your hour lunch, and then leave at 5. And you know, just wasn't growing. I really felt like I was wasting my time massively. But then when I came to the online world, I met some great people. I started to, you know, wasn't getting much results at the time. You know, I had no idea what I was doing for like 5-6 years plus of my marketing career. But I was at least building my brand. I was putting some videos out there. I was networking. And I was really, you know, the way that I describe being an entrepreneur and being a successful business owner, it's like, you know, you're putting together a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and you just have to grab one piece at a time, you know. And each seminar you go to, each book you read, each influential person you talk to, or really any person you talk to, is like one piece out of those 1,000 pieces. And you have to put all of those together to really get some good results and to, you know, really see something come to fruition. So, you know, fast forward to, I suppose, now, where, you know, I'm starting to you know, create a bit of a name for myself, which is cool, which is the Britpreneur. And I've even been to networking events, and people have gone, hey, you know, I've heard of the Britpreneur, and I've heard of you. And you know, which is really cool, because the people who say that, some of these people I've never spoken to. So it's like, oh, okay, well, so obviously I'm doing something right. So you know, fast forward to today, I'm currently a full-time marketing consultant. I left my government job, so now I do a lot of content creation for other people, as well as for my own brand as well. And you know, things are just a lot better, really. You know, I'm able to you know, increase my income, and you know, so things are just better, just because I was consistent. I was always building my brand. And you know, what's great is I have people reaching out to me wanting my help. And in the beginning, it was like the other way around. I was chasing people. I was like trying to find clients, grow my business. I was trying to pester people to, you know, join me and work with me. But that's all I knew. And most people, they start like that. That's how they start, because they don't have a mentor. They don't have the right guidance. That's all they know. And so that's all they can do. And so, you know, going back to, you know, being featured on other blog posts. Well, I don't even know how this has happened, but I've had a few different blog posts or websites reach out to me and say, look, we're doing a roundup post, which is basically where they find some experts in a particular field. So in this instance, it was a WordPress and SEO, which I know a little bit about. And I was contacted to be one of the 68 or however many people to contribute to this blog post. So, and you know, things like that happen when you start putting out content every day, when you start to talk to the right people. People will come across your website, your content. You never know who's watching. You never know who's going to, you know, read through and contact you, and you never know who that person might be. They really might be someone of influence. So I suppose that's what's happened from start to finish. And what's really helped me to get results a bit faster is just having a mentor and having someone who has got the results, and someone that I can talk to. I have a few mentors in my life for this. Someone I can speak to is really going to put me on the right track, and it's going to stop me from making, you know, painful mistakes on my own and very expensive, time-consuming mistakes. So that's basically it. That's kind of a quite a long answer to your question, but hopefully that gives you an idea of my background and, you know, what I've done in the past, and really how I've moved to where I am now. So that's it.
That's really super encouraging. I mean, you definitely, you know, have shown that you've put in the time and the work. And, you know, that's very important for people to realize that what they're doing every day is making a difference, you know. But I love what you said about preventing yourself from making those painful mistakes. So in order to actually get some traction, I mean, because there were several years where you were working, you're being consistent, right? And then, you know, I noticed you got yourself around the right people. I mean, you went to the events, you sought after the mentors, you got in the same space and got yourself some different mentors. So I know we're in the same marketing group. Can you tell me a little bit more about how the Millionaire Mentoring has actually helped you recently?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of recently, it's helped me in a lot of different ways. It's helped me in terms of, increasing my income, which is cool. But it's helped me in other areas such as, doing videos. When I first started online, I wasn't that confident in general. So for me to put myself out there was a big step, and I was very nervous. I was really conscious of what people thought of me. And, to this day, I'm still a little bit, we all are a little bit self-conscious, and you're always going to have that voice in the back of your head that says to you you're not good enough, and you just have to really learn to suppress that. And so I suppose having the right mentoring has helped me to do that. It's helped me with in all areas of my life really. It's helped everything. So it's helped me with being more organized. Again, there's always areas where I need to improve. Definitely not perfect. I definitely never will be. But it's not just the income. It's not just the being able to generate more leads and having a great brand. Obviously, those things are important, but it really comes down to me becoming a better person. Just becoming better, having better habits, I suppose. Being better at communicating, being better at networking, better at speaking. So I couldn't really say that there's one thing that's really helped in particular. It's just helped everything, and so that to me, even if you have to invest a massive chunk of money that you don't have into mentoring, I really recommend that you do, because it won't just be the income that you get and the results that you get, although obviously that is a big factor, but it can spill into other areas of your life as well. And so you just have to be always thinking of what's the bigger picture, what am I going to gain other than income and all that good stuff. So so again, kind of a long answer, but I felt I had to elaborate. And what's been great as well is from receiving the mentoring, which I started, I think, almost 2 years ago now. We were in a different company, I think, at the time. I don't think that company's around anymore. But anyway, so I basically started this training over 2 years ago, and I kind of moved on to other things, but I took the training with me. I took all that information and you know all of that training and everything into new ventures, new businesses, and it's just timeless. It really is. I was just able to just once you have some great strategies and information that really works, then you can just keep using it in all areas of your life. So that's really what's been so powerful. And just from having the right mentoring alone, I just wish I would have had that when I first started. Because it would have saved me, like, I'd be like a multi-billionaire by now. I don't know, probably not, but I would be much further ahead, is the point I'm making, if I'd have had this information right from the beginning. So yeah, that's really been the journey, and what having the right mentoring is done for me, for sure.
Seb, I think you're completely right. I mean, that's exactly how I feel too, is that, the millionaire mentoring actually like helped us to jump up to a whole nother level of playing in this game
Mhm.
of online marketing. How to speak in front of people. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there like you, like I, who were, we could be perpetual students. We love learning, we love implementing, but sometimes we're just kind of like hiding behind the computer screen, right? Because we were
Yeah.
great at blogging.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
great at all that technical stuff, but in order to step out there into leadership, it's super important to get this millionaire mentoring. And it's just changed everything for me too. It fast tracks. It really, really does. And the income isn't bad either.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So, okay, so if there's like, um, what would you say to the person that's super nervous about getting out on camera, or like you getting up on stage? Because for me personally, I haven't been on stage yet. I'm about to
Yeah.
start here in San Diego. And so do you have any tips for people on how to get through that queasy feeling when they go live or when they are up on stage? How do you handle that?
Sorry, I just had a pause there. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can. I
Okay.
can.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I just had a call come in. Sorry about that. So yeah, in terms of, because I know someone's just commented asking the same thing, well, similar thing. What would you say to someone who's struggling with what content to speak about. So I'll kind of try and cover both those questions actually. You know, you're never going to really get rid of that queasy feeling completely. But one thing you can do is, you know, obviously prepare. So if it's like the first time you're going on video or first time you're going on stage, have an idea in your head of like one or two main topics to talk about and speak about, and really focus. And what can happen is when you start to do a video or a live stream, or when you get on stage, is you tend to freeze. And I've done it before. I did it the other day. I went on stage and I was just like, oh my God, I totally froze. But then what I did is I sort of backtracked into the like one or two main things that I went on stage to speak about. And, you know, when I got stuck, I just kind of went back and I was like, almost like started again, really. But, you know, I wanted to go on stage and, you know, I just really made it very clear what the, you know, what value I was providing, you know, what I was going to be talking about. So let's say you were going to be talking about marketing, then I would then just focus on, you could maybe do something interesting, like remember a statistic. Okay, so you could say something like, I don't know, 83% of businesses fail their first year because they don't have the right marketing. You know, obviously that's not a real statistic, but that's just, you know, something that you can throw out there. Obviously make sure it's real. And then you could throw in another saying, you know, just make sure you have one or two things, you know, because what people do is they don't prepare, they go onto video, they go on stage, and they won't have like a fallback, you know, they won't have like a starting point to then, like, you know, basically you want to say something, like say a statement, or like I said about, you know, like the 83% of businesses fail, and then kind of expand from that point. So I'm definitely not like a trained speaker. I don't really know anything about speaking. So I'm sure there's other people out there who you can go and seek, who are great speaking coaches. One guy is Andy Harrington. He's a highly recommended speaking coach. You can look him up on YouTube. He's got some great tips actually. So I've been learning a lot from him, and really you can just apply it to a Facebook Live or a video, you know, and if you've never done Facebook Lives before, I would just recommend going and recording a bunch of videos and just doing a load of practice. And then when you get on Facebook Live, then you know, you're already prepared and you're kind of used to being on video, just from all the practice. But I mean, if you're really stuck, then you could have like a cue card with you with just a couple of points written down. I wouldn't recommend doing that long term, but if you're just starting out, and if that's really going to help you, I would actually recommend that you do that. You know, have some things written down. If you're on camera, that's quite easy because you don't have to, like, people can't see you've got like a little prompt. You can just kind of look down. And so if you're really stuck in the beginning, then I think that's definitely a great way to, you know, keep yourself on track and keep the video quite flowing. But to be honest with you, like when I jumped on this live stream with you, Sarah, I mean, I'm just very free flow, and I'm just speaking from the heart, I suppose. You know, we didn't really like plan any questions, and that's fine because that's how it generally goes. And that's, to be honest with you, if things are like too structured, then, you know, you want to kind of break out from that. So I don't know if that really answers the question. Hopefully that's of some help. So I know Diana said that is, so thanks, Diana, that's brilliant. But yeah, hopefully that's useful.
That's really great tips. Very great tips. You know, definitely, like you said, just recapping is you got that on video, and at home you can get those little cue cards, right? Even the famous people use cue cards. I mean, if you really need to know, those people on stage, they got little TV prompters and monitors, right? So you know, but just, it's getting to do it in small steps. I love that, where you just start somewhere and just get used to it for a little bit, just a few tips, some statistics. I love that. That is great. So so can you share with us what you shared in our mentoring group, our marketing group that we have, your recent success, because we want to celebrate it along with you. So just recently you had something really big happen. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's quite good actually. I had quite a good month whereby I was paid like double pay, which was pretty cool, from a client that I'm working with, and then I also got a tax refund the same week as well. So so I think it was about £5,000 or something like that, which is just under $8,000, all in one week. So that was really cool. So yeah, so really, really great results. It's like one of my biggest weeks ever. Not all weeks are like that. So, but it was really cool. Seeing that that's possible really, and just seeing, quite big numbers there. And, so yeah, it's just what that has allowed me to do is, really stretch my mind and, see what else I'm capable of doing, see what else I can go out and make happen really. So, I remember when I was working in my old government job, I wasn't making anywhere near that. And, so that really, just like, wow, when I realized that was happening. So, so that was pretty cool. I'll be honest with you, when I first started online, I basically maxed out credit cards, buying courses and products and stuff. And I just wasn't very smart. I just kept spending loads and loads of money. I was making a little bit of money from my online business, but I was just buying stuff left, right, and center, making lots of silly mistakes. Again, because I didn't have a mentor, I didn't know what to do. So I just thought you had to buy every product and service out there, which you don't in reality. I just sort of learned that eventually. So, so that was really cool, and I do attribute a lot of that to the mentoring I've received, from learning how to, sign up new clients, how to communicate with people, and yeah, so that was really cool.
Yeah, because that goes hand in hand. I mean, we all love to learn, right? But we need to make that income. And so
Mhm.
I love that the mentoring shows us exactly what to do to have those $1,000 paydays. And, even like yourself, like you said, you're bringing it into new adventures. I know there's so many people that come back to the millionaire mentoring, and then they say, that was the bread and butter that actually got them going on these other journeys that are even more lucrative. So $1,000 days aren't bad, but wow, $8,000 week, that's pretty awesome. And so
Yeah,
I'm so excited to
yeah. I could,
celebrate that with you.
could get used to that for sure. So that's, yeah, that's awesome. So it definitely is possible, because when I actually, yeah, when it happened, I was like, wow, it was something I'd actually put on one of my vision boards, as like a target. And I'll actually show you very quickly my vision board. Da-da-da.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
try and hold on a second.
That's what we learn
Maybe,
in there too. We learn
yeah,
how to attract exactly what we want. And so that's exciting that it came
yeah,
into your existence. That is so
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, really, really, really cool. So, yeah, that really helped me, and with the vision boards, that helped me as well, particularly creating a 3D vision board. A lot of vision boards that I'd done in the past weren't really very effective, because making it 3D made it seem a lot more real when you looked at it. So I just recommend, I do actually have a video on how to do this. If you type in my name in YouTube and then type dream board, then it should come up. And I actually talk about, I give some instructions on how to do it. But yeah, a lot of what I've been able to do has been through visualizing, visualizing, the when I wasn't visualizing things and I didn't have goals, then yeah, I just had no direction. I didn't have anything to aim for. So that really helped, is having, putting some numbers up there that I want to achieve, and then, you know, putting some other cool, things on the dream board that I'm sort of working towards. And that really helped me as targets, things to aim for.
That focus.
Yeah.
Now, Diana has a great question. She says, when did you know that you can really do this? When did you really believe that you could do this? When did that happen?
So I think that happened when, again, I had a mentor who really believed in me, more than I believed in myself, if I'm honest with you. So I remember speaking to my mentor, Darren Little, who I still stay in touch with, and yeah, he said to me at the time, "Look, Seb, you really are capable of you're just capable of doing all these great things, but you have to believe it." And that was when I just really, it's almost like time froze when he told me that. At that moment, I was like, oh my God, I just have to believe it. And I wasn't believing it. And I saw people younger than me doing much better than me, quitting their jobs, making great income. And I was just like, well, if they can do it, and a lot of these guys are just as smart as me, just as many opportunities as me, then hey, why can't I do it as well? So that at that moment, I was like, okay, I just need to have a bit more belief in myself. Just work a bit harder, visualize better, and so that's really what changed.
Isn't that true though? How we doubt ourselves and other people can see right through us and say, hey,
Yeah.
I know you have what it takes. I mean, I look at you and I think, how could Seb ever have doubted himself? And he's pretty young too. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wow, you know, your whole since 2009. I mean, but everybody has that little bit of doubt in our heads that we have to
Yeah.
have that self-talk, right? I mean, and then the mentor that tells you straight to your face, this is what you need to do, and you need to start doing this. I mean, he tells me the same thing. He's like, you know what? You need to look in the mirror and you need to say, I love myself just the way I am. I mean, he'll give us exercises, right, to actually do, and they work.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's a lot of like reprogramming you have to do, because look, when you go to school, you're not taught how to inspire yourself. You're not taught a lot of these things, and yeah, you know, it's tough. You just have to kind of reprogram yourself entirely. And you know, like, well, I'm from Ipswich in Suffolk. I know someone asked you where I was from. So I'm from the UK, and you know, in the UK, what I find is a lot of people. I don't know. There's more of like an entrepreneurial mindset in like the US than there is in the UK. And so yeah, I just had to find inspiration from other places. You know, there's obviously inspiring people in the UK who I've met now. But yeah, at the time growing up, I didn't really have a lot of you know, I mean, my grandfather, he owned like a chemical business. So, you know, I learned a little bit about business from him, but not a huge amount. But yeah, I just had to find inspiration from other areas really. And you know, I just knew that I wanted to make it happen. And I just had to find the right people, the right mentors to point me in the right direction.
Well, let's take one more question. And I love the interaction that we're getting today. This is really exciting. How long from the moment did it take for you to fire your boss? So, if you can remember back then, how long it took for you to do that?
Yeah, cool. So that was back in let's have a think. Back in 2000 and well, it's funny. I was made redundant actually back in 2015, and then I had to find another government job, and then I left that back in May. When was that? Yeah, May 2016. So it's been almost a year. I mean, I do work full time as like a freelancer. So you know, I'm still kind of working full time hours. Really, there's flexibility. Like I can work from home a few days a week. So, but yeah, that's pretty been. It's almost been a year actually. Being a you know like a full time business owner, running my own, setting up my own corporation, my own limited company. And whereas before it was, you know, I always had a little bit of a safety net. But yeah, you know, you just have to, you know, really go for it and put yourself out there. Eventually you've got to take a risk. So, you know, you just have to do it. You know, I really recommend that, you know, you do as much as you can to become a full-time entrepreneur, you know, and even if that means working a full-time job as well as being a full-time entrepreneur, then that's what you've got to do. You know, that's the reality of it. So you just always have to keep doing that.
I love that. Yep. I think there's a lot of people with the misconceptions that um, in in order to make it online, you can only work like, you know, part time, an hour a day, and a lot of people, they try to tell people that
Mhm.
yeah, join me, and you know, you can really do this part time. But the truth of it is that you have to really give it your all, even if you're working full time. You know, you need to really concentrate and get that lift off, you know, when you're working in your businesses, if they're going to do well, you know, you have to treat them like a real business, and you have to actually like project yourself into the future, you know. So I think that's kind of the thing, is that you know, you set up that dream board, you had your focus, you got the right mentors, you know, and you sought it out, and you looked for different mentors for different things, you know. um, and I just really admire you, Seb, and I really thank you for being on here today. And so glad that you did agree to do this. I know you're super busy,
Of
and
course,
I
yeah,
just, you
absolutely.
know, thanks for all your time and everything. And where can people get a hold of you besides Facebook? You said you have a YouTube channel and your blog. What's your blog called?
Okay, so my blog is my name, which is sebbrantigan.net. YouTube wise, I have a few different accounts. So if you just type in Seb Brantigan into YouTube, then you'll see a lot of my different videos. So definitely have a flick through those as well. But yeah, add me on Facebook if we're not already connected. I do have a fan page as well, which is also my name, which is Seb Brantigan. So have a look. Feel free to like the fan page there as well. I'm starting to post on there regularly. I'm doing a few live streams a week, so make sure to tune into those if you want a bit more value from me. But yeah, no, it's great being on here, Sarah. Really appreciate it. So if anyone's watching what Sarah's doing, I recommend reaching out to her. And yeah, Diana, I can post it after live stream. I'll put the link here shortly so you guys can access that quicker. But yeah, no, it's great to be on here. Great to share, my journey. Hopefully, it's helped some of you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Please do that. And guys, on Tuesday, I have a webinar coming up, The Greatest Showman on Facebook, how to stand out in the crowd. So you guys are all welcome to opt in for that. I'll put the link in there as well. And you guys have a fabulous day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.